Hey my beautiful Taurus peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you with your November 2022 tarot reading. How are you? I hope y'all are well. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on into this and we shall see what is up. What do we got going on here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding the month here of November 2022? What information do we have showing up here for the bulls, please? Messages here for Team Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout November 2022. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Having a look here at the overall energy for you. We start out here with the 10 of Pentacles. Very nice. I like starting out with this card here for you. 10 of Pentacles is pretty much that energy of having it all. You have a, it's not even, it is having it all, but it's also kind of the energy too of having exactly everything that you need and not necessarily needing more. So it feels to me that when you start to move into this month here, you very much so notice it's like, I have everything I need. I feel very complete. Because 10 of, or not even just 10, the 10s in the tarot usually tend to represent completion. So this could be a time where you're retiring for some of you that are watching. You might be in a place where you've really found this financial stability to the point where you can retire, you can relax, you can really settle down and just enjoy life and really move away from the workforce and things of that nature. So you might, possibly some of you Taurians watching here could be retiring. If so, congratulations. That's a wonderful thing to see. Happy to see you just being able to settle down. But even though 10 of Pentacles, right, because Pentacles in tarot can represent finances, it can also represent time. I feel very strongly what you're doing with your time this month seems to be very, very wonderful. You seem to be very abundant when it comes towards what you're choosing to do with your time. It's not being wasted 1 second at all, right? You're spending it with the right people. You're investing it in the right things. You're around the right situations. Jumping into November 2022, you're very wise with your time. That seems to be a very, very specific theme showing up here so far. Let's have a look into your current situation. So we start with the Knight of Cups. We move into the Four of Pentacles, and then the last card for you is going to be the Nine of Swords. All right, so these are a little rougher type of energies, but we'll see why. Okay, so looking at the current situation, Knight of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I think that what it really comes down to is needing to open up, and I think that's exactly what you had to do. And opening up here, Taurus, has come to the realization of, why haven't I done this sooner? I think that in November 2022, many of you here are going to have this moment where you start to realize, I've held back for so long because I've held on to so much burdens, so much weight, so much negative things in my life, to the point where it's held me back from being able to enjoy myself, to be able to make the right investments, to be able to spend my time wisely. I've spent so much time stressing, Nine of Swords. I've spent so much time keeping to myself all of the things that I was going through that was incredibly difficult. But when I finally decided to open up here with the Knight of Cups, when I finally decided to just say, hey, at the end of the day, life's going to have its ups and downs, but I don't need to constantly surround myself with the negativity that I've been living in. I can allow myself to be happy. When you've turned on that switch in your brain and you said, you know what? I spent a lot of my time reflecting on the past, or I spent a lot of my time investing in negative situations, and I want to spend my time more wisely and invest it in the people that make me laugh and make me smile and make me happy. I want to invest my time in the things that make me feel good and the things that make me positive. When you realize that, at the end of the day, where your attention goes is where energy flows. That's what's pulled you into such an abundant state of being this month. And I think that's what many of you are going to realize. I think you're going to kind of just have that break moment where you realize, I have spent way too much of my time investing in negativity or investing in the downfalls or the pitfalls of life, when life has a lot to offer that's great. Life has a lot to offer that's good, that's positive, that's fantastic. So as you're swipping this flitch, as you're swipping this flitch, that ain't that something, y'all. All right. As you're flipping this switch in your brain and you're recognizing that you can be in a place where you focus your attention on the good, on the positive, on the happy, and you get to draw that energy back into you, it makes a whirlwind of a difference for you. Okay. In the month of November. I still can't believe I said that. I said, swipping this flitch. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely how you put words backwards, huh? All right, Taurus, moving along here forward. Let's see what you're doing about your current situation, okay? So let's see how you're flipping the switch here. All right, what is Taurus going to be doing about their current situation? in November, we have the Tower. Tower card, the card of a massive realization and awakening, a big aha moment. So you are going to have a very big awakening. We have the Lovers. It could be possibly somebody in your romantic life that ends up kind of pushing you towards this awakening. And we have the Page of Swords. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. I feel like we're going to get a little deep here. The Tower, the Lovers, the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is an energy that usually represents hesitancy, okay? Being hesitant to do something. Now that I see this Page of Swords, right, I see it directly under the Nine of Swords. And if we pair these two cards together, what this would be saying is it would be saying you're hesitant to give up negative energy or to give up the negative situations you've been invested in. So I'm almost picking up, Taurus, that some of you are realizing it was better for me to constantly feel pain, unhappiness, and negativity rather than to feel anything at all. It almost feels to me like some of you here defaulted to feeling pain, stress, anxiety, all these lower vibrational energies because you thought that if you would turn it all off, you would just be numb. Because there was a part of you here that never felt like you would reach happiness again. There was a part of you here that felt that with all this pain that I've gone through, the moment I stop holding on to it, I'm not going to feel anything at all because I just don't feel like happier days are coming. And I think that once you realize that that's how you've been thinking all along, you start to go through a series of events where you realize, well, why can't I be happy? Why can't I be in a good place? Why can't I be abundant? Why can't I be spending my time more wisely or making better investments? At the end of the day in this life, we can choose to associate ourselves with whomever we'd like to. We can choose to work whatever career we'd like to. We can choose to love who we want to. We can choose to do whatever we want to. So why am I not choosing the choices that would genuinely make me happy, the choices that would bring contentment into my life? So you're going to have this big aha moment. Like I mentioned with the Lover showing up here, I feel like there's probably going to be somebody that is in your immediate circle, whether it's a lover, a friend, family member, who kind of helps push this awakening and kind of helps accelerate the process. So you might have some person you really care about here trigger this awakening within you. They might say the exact words I said to you right now, to you, right? They might say, well, why can't you be happy? Or why can't you enjoy life or invest yourself and invest your time into better things? Why can't you invest your time more wisely and make better choices and make better investments? I feel like people are going to kind of point it out to you here this month. And when they do, it's like, whoa, it's the most simplest thing ever, but why haven't I done it? I've been so used to holding on to all the negative in my life that I didn't realize that I can start to shift my attention and my focus onto all the positive, because there is positive things happening out in my life too. So yeah, once you have this aha moment, everything changes. All right, let's go ahead and move along forward. I do want to see here, Taurus, what is potentially coming in here for you in November. So let's go ahead and have a look here at that. What is potentially coming in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, throughout November 2022? What is potentially coming in for the zodiac of Taurus? First card out for you is going to be the Nine of Pentacles. Hell yeah, baby. Nine of Pentacles, very confident card, very confident energy, also very self-sufficient kind of energy too. This means self-improvement. So there's going to be a lot that's being built here when it comes towards your own personal self-improvement. I see some of you hitting the gym, which is awesome. Love that for you. If it's not about physical improvement or physical health improvement, it also could be emotional health improvement coming in here too. But Nine of Pentacles is an energy of becoming more confident within the self. So what'll be coming in here for you will definitely be a massive boost in confidence. All right, moving along into the next card, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, massive change. Wheel of Fortune does represent a change of fortunate events. So things in your life are going to start to shift in a much better direction here now that you're choosing to look at the positive. Remember, at the end of the day, where your attention goes is where energy flows. So the more you're fixating your attention on the positive, the more you're manifesting back positive energies into your reality, which is really wonderful to see. And then lastly for you, we have the Three of Wands. Oh, things from a distance are coming on over for you. So what's coming in here for you, there's something here that's not particularly here just yet, but I do feel like something's on the brink of arriving. So Three of Wands, it usually represents ships coming in, aka things are manifesting right now. I feel like something is on its way to you. It hasn't came just yet. What is this Three of Wands about? Now I'm intrigued. What is on its way to Taurus that won't necessarily show up in November? And we have here the Three of Cups. Hello, hello, hello. Now, Three of Cups could represent for some a reunion. So there might be a reunion happening. And when I say reunion, it doesn't have to necessarily mean like getting back together with your ex or anything of that nature. It could represent potentially meeting up and reconnecting with old friends, or possibly even reconnecting with a old type of hobby or an old type of personal interest that's going to become significant to you in your life. So Taurus, let's say you were once a musician, you loved playing guitar when you were younger, but it's something that you kind of threw on the back burner. You know, coming very shortly, you might find yourself getting back into that, but it can turn into something this time around. So considering that you get back into playing guitar, maybe you start to make songs, these songs go viral, you never know. So things like that are what I'm feeling for you. There could be a reunion of something because it's going to be a significant impact in your life. It could be a reunion in love. Some of y'all could be having an ex come back and you work through your shit and then you have a very successful relationship. But if that's not the case here for you, something that's going to bring a lot of joy is on its way to you. All right. That's the general way I can put it for you. Something that's going to bring in a lot of joy is on its way to you. I don't feel like it's probably going to manifest in November, but it's en route. So if you've had something on your mind you've been specifically manifesting, you'll probably expect to see it in the next couple of months. Okay. All right, Taurus, moving along forward here for you. You know, as far as what's coming in here for you, there's going to be a massive change of events. I think things in your life are going to change for the fortunate. You know, you're going to see fortunate change occur here for you. And it's all really because of the perspective you're now in. Where your attention goes is where energy flows, you know? By focusing your attention on the positive attributes of the relationships you have, your relationships will inherently become more positive. The more that you focus on the beauty of who you are, the more beautiful you see yourself, the more beautiful others will see you. The more that you focus on what you love and doing what you love, the more you'll enjoy what you love, right? So it's really all about your perspective, man. Your perception is quite literally your reality, okay? All right, let's jump on now into the next section of the reading. Let's have a look here and see what you might not be aware about that you should be aware about in the month of November. So is there anything here that Taurus is not aware about that they should be aware about here at this time? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout November 2022. Having a look at the first card, Three of Swords. The energy of pain, could be heartbreak, could be somebody hurting. We have the Five of Wands here too. And then looking at one more card, we have the Judgment card. So taking a look at what you might not be aware about over here, kind of feels to me that somebody is in pain over you. I really feel that. I feel like someone here definitely misses you, and they are incredibly frustrated. The Judgment card is usually a card of a second chance, or wishing to have or desiring to have a second chance. So it almost kind of feels to me here for you, Taurus, that somebody does wish to have a second chance with you. And in the month of November, considering that you're going to be in such a content and positive place, it seems to me that this person feels even more like they don't have an opportunity to have a second chance with you. Remember, the main focal point of your reading here, Ten of Pentacles, is that you're going to be in a space here in the month of November where you're choosing to invest your time very wisely. You know, I'm not going to invest my time in the past anymore. I'm not going to invest my time in lower vibrational energies, in things that aren't good for me. I'm investing my time right now in the best of the best. And that kind of includes no longer investing your time in whoever this is. So I do feel like somebody here might be potentially hurt at the fact that you're no longer giving them attention. If it's an ex, like an ex-lover, I think that it's interesting, Taurus, because you know, they fed off the attention that you provided for them, but at the same time, what did they ever do with it? You know, if you're a Taurus and you gave your ex attention because you wanted reconciliation, they loved the attention, and part of them still loved you, but they were never going to do anything with it. It was almost like they were stringing you along constantly. So I do see that here. If you were Taurus involved in an ex situation, I feel like your ex was stringing you along for sure. So it's like, how could they be mad, or how could they be upset about it when you decide to move on and when you decide to make better investments and better choices? Because they weren't going to do anything with the attention you gave them. So just throwing that out there for some Taurians that are watching, you might not be aware that somebody here is hurting over you, but it seems to me that they are. But at the same time, though, they had their chance and they missed. That's what I feel strongly. Even if it's not an ex-lover, it could be a friend, it could be anybody. Somebody here had an opportunity to have a real nice life with you, a real nice connection with you, and I think that they missed. They didn't shoot their shot. And with that being said, they had all the time in the world previously, and you know what? Now they don't, because you're choosing to make better investments, right? It's not worth investing in somebody or investing in a situation that is going to be all the talk, but isn't going to walk the walk. All right, Taurus, moving along here forward, let's go ahead and have a look here and see now what you can expect throughout the rest of your November. So what can Taurus here expect, please, throughout the rest of the November 2022? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What can Taurus expect here, please, throughout the rest of their November 2022? Having a look here at the first card out, we do have the Page of Wands. Cool. Moving along to the next card, we have the Queen of Swords. And then taking a look here at two more cards, we have the Seven of Wands, and that Seven of Wands is going to be followed up here with the Moon card. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, Page of Wands here to the Queen of Swords. You are not afraid here, moving throughout the rest of November, to cut out anything that doesn't really grab your interest. I feel here for you, Taurus, it's a month right now where you are doing everything you can to make the best investments with your time and with your energy. So you're very much so staying and sticking to what you're interested in. And when it comes towards the Seven of Wands here showing up with the Queen of Swords as well, you're not afraid to cut something out, block something, or take your attention off of it if it doesn't serve you in your highest of good. Looking at the last card here being the Moon card typically represents your emotional state of being. So with the Seven of Wands here to the Moon card, you're guarding your emotional state of being. You're making sure that you're not putting yourself in any sort of situation that could potentially negatively impact your emotional well-being. So you're very much so protecting yourself and making sure that you're continuing to stay protected here in the month of November. I think that by being content and by making the right choices, you're going to see a really great significant difference in the life that you're living. And you're going to see a difference in the quality of people that you choose to be surrounded with and situations you choose to be invested in. Because right now, I realize in my past, I held on to a lot of negative shit. I surrounded myself with a lot of negative shit. All I thought about was negative shit. And that's not the life I want to live. I want to live a life of abundant fulfillment, happiness. And that starts with making sure that I'm making the right choices so that those things are possible to have within my life. So you're going to carry yourself here tall. You're going to be standing tall here throughout the rest of your month, Taurus. Nothing is going to get to you. Nothing is going to penetrate you because you are making sure that you are incredibly well protected. You're not afraid here to cut anything off the moment that it does not seem good for you. Queen of Swords is a very serious card. It's like, listen, if I see something that's icky, if I see something that don't resonate, if I see something that's potentially harmful, I ain't afraid to cut it off and keep it moving. All right, Taurus, and I don't blame you, dude. I definitely don't blame you. Having a look here at the overall outcome for you regarding the month of November. Let's see what's up there. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout November 2022. And what do we have? We have the High Priestess. I love it, baby. High Priestess is a great card here to see for your outcome. High Priestess card here says, too, that you're going to be intuitively guided. Moving on forward in the month of November, you are choosing to follow your emotions. You are choosing to follow your inner guidance. You are choosing to follow what deeply resonates with you to your core. High Priestess card here says, I'm going to follow the inner wisdom within me. At the end of the day, for a long time, I held on to negativity. I held on to the fact that I only believed that situations in my life weren't going to improve, but instead they were just going to be crappy. Well, guess what? My perspective changed. I had a massive awakening where I recognized that where my attention goes is where energy flows. If I switch what I choose to focus on, I can switch what I attract in my life. So I'm going to keep on following what that inner knowing is. So essentially the High Priestess here is saying, I'm going to keep following that old saying of where attention goes is where energy flows. I'm going to keep on making sure that I'm making the right investments and that I'm putting my energy and honing in on the good stuff in life. And therefore, I'm going to attract that. What you put out there is what you get back. I think, therefore I am, right? So the more you keep putting yourself in the positive situations in life, the more you're going to see positive situations arise, and the more you're going to see, really great and high vibrational energy return to you, the more that you're putting out there. So with the High Priestess coming in here for you, I like it. I think that it just represents that you're connecting to even deeper spiritual parts of your core, but most importantly, you're connecting really deeply with yourself to the core. And the fact that you can now move past your shadow self and tap and deeply connect with your highest self really, really says a lot for you. And it says a lot for what's coming here this month in terms of seeing yourself in a very heavily amazing high vibration. So with the High Priestess showing up here for the outcome, really, really wonderful to see here for you, Taurus. Definitely marks the fact that you have moved out of the darker energies. You've moved away from your shadow, and you've now started to resonate with your higher self. Really great, man. I don't really feel much negativity here. I don't think there's much negativity at all coming in here for you for the month of November. Things are looking quite well. The only part I did see is that I did see somebody here who kind of missed their chance with you, and they're upset about it. But at the same time, it's like, you were making an investment, Taurus, and you were holding out your hand for the longest time. They chose not to grab it. It is what it is. Somebody here missed out. But yeah, things are going to look incredibly well here for you. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy to see it. Okay, Taurus, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. If this message happens to resonate with you, please do let me know down in the comments down below. Shout out to the peeps that come out. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. And with that being said, Taurus, have a lovely and amazing rest of your November, and I will catch you all in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Later, y'all, and peace.